Y'all got to bring it tonight. We're going to have a good time. Give it up one more time for your 6-time Sprint Cup champion, Jimmie Johnson.
Thank you.
Congratulations, young man.
Thank you, buddy.
We appreciate everybody here being here tonight at NASCAR After the Lap, and we have one very pressing question to start the show. What in the world is on top of your head?
Well,
it's unfortunate, whatever it is.
Yeah, I've been harassed all day about my hair. I woke up this morning, my wife said that she had a hairstylist coming to cut my hair and to fix it.
What?
Look, I'm not going to upset Mama. So she said it looked good, and here I am. Although people have accused me
I love her, but she was wrong.
She's laying in that bed, not you, bro.
Well played, well played. In all seriousness, this is old hat for you, man. This is the sixth time you've done it in the last 10 years. Congratulations. I imagine, though, that the feeling never wanes. No. What is it like to have this type of reception, to see that type of footage of what you were able to accomplish this year? What's that like?
It's surreal, to be honest. Just thank you to all the fans and everybody that supports our sport, even those that boo me. It's cool. Just happy you're here. I'm so happy that you root for all of us and you're at the racetracks. But the experience I've had over the last 8 years in winning 6 championships has been unreal. It wouldn't be possible without a great team, sponsor, and all the stuff we say week in and week out. But honestly, the sport's about the people. And the people in Hendrick Motorsports and the people on this 48 car make the difference.
Now, any of you guys that follow Johnson in social media channels have seen that this week he's decided to basically recreate the entire Hangover script during his time here in Las Vegas. What was the motivation for this? And I understand that you lost Canals last night.
Cold beer was the motivation.
That's a motivation for most bad decisions.
This seemed like a good idea Monday when I left L.A., and it's been on, and there's still a few more chapters of the story, so yes.
Lord help us. Who knows what's coming? Speaking of Chad Canals, everyone, for the first time in NASCAR After the Lap history, we have the champion crew chief here. Canals, come on up, man. Hang out with us a minute. There he is. We found him. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that makes Jimmie Johnson fast, Chad Canals. Give it up. So first, they lost you. You're part of the Wolf Pack. They lost you last night. Where'd they find you?
That's to be disclosed at a later time.
Yeah. Really? Is this going to be on video? Or are we going to? Is this going to be still photography?
Yes.
Yes.
I understand.
Hey, you know.
Like I said, we still have a chance to lose them for real coming up tonight. We have a big team party later
really,
tonight.
Really young. So. There's no telling what's going to end up happening before the night gets done.
Like I said to him, you guys have been so good for so long. Yeah. We come to expect it. But for you, when you see this type of reception and you're able to take a step back and look at what you've accomplished, what's that like?
I'll tell you what, it's amazing. It's really an honor to be here for the first time. I've been, man, that was awesome. That was really cool. The stage separated, the fireworks, all that.
I was worried about Johnson's coif. I thought that you might have a Michael Jackson deal going on right there.
Backstage, they said you might be Michael Jackson when this is done. So.
I mean, it's raining fire, and Johnson's got that hair deal going on.
Oh, it's fantastic. But it's great, man. We've had an amazing time. It's been a lot of fun. We've seen a lot of new things, some things that we've been fortunate enough to have seen before, and enjoyed every single moment of it. It's been a blast.
We appreciate you guys for being here. Again, congratulations. Now, these guys obviously know what winning is all about. Monica, the lovely Monica Palumbo, is over here with some other people that know what winning's all about.
Thank you so much, Marty. Yes, I'm over here with some sweepstakes winners. I don't know if you guys can see me. Maybe we can step down some. Come on, Dale. Come on, Rondi. All right, so they know all about winning. You guys won a trip to Vegas here to NASCAR After the Lap. One of you guys is going to the 2014 Coca-Cola 600, and the other to the Florida race, the EcoBoost 400. And then later on in the show, one of you guys is going to win a 2014 Ford Trimmer. That's pretty crazy. How are you feeling? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
A little of both.
Yeah? What about you, Rondi?
Yeah, I need to go to the bathroom.
At least he's being just not here. Don't do it here. So we have Rondi Reeves and Dale Ashman. Now, I know it's your first time in Vegas. What do you think of Sin City?
What I've seen of it, I like it.
All right. You like it all right?
I like it a lot, yeah.
Have you gotten into any trouble yet?
Lost some money.
Okay, that's some trouble. Me too. All right, and I know that you like In-N-Out burgers. So when you come out to the West Coast, me too, animal style. have you been yet since you've been here?
No, but the sign out my window is beckoning me.
Okay.
Maybe after this Ford will let me drive that thing on over there.
Hey, you never know. Well, best of luck. We're going to reveal that later on the show. Thank you so much, Coca-Cola Ford, for the biggest giveaway ever at NASCAR After the Lap. So thank you so much. And let's see, Marty, he's up on stage with the first round of guys. Take it away.
Thank you, Monica. Yes, for the first time this year, we broke the drivers up into 2 groups. And, oh, I know. The first group, as you can see, Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle, Kyle Busch, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Joey Logano. Cheer for them. They are your heroes. They are great Americans. Now, the first topic I want to get into today, especially since Mike Helton's here. You know he has that mustache and he looks all angry all the time. Getting in trouble with NASCAR, I imagine, must be terrifying. So everyone, ask Clint, right? So I wonder what it must be like to go into the big truck for the first time and learn the wrath of NASCAR. I'm starting with you, Junior. What is I have to go into the transporter and talk to Mike Helton and see how ticked off he is story?
Well, I've been in there a few times, but the first time that I got caught in there was at Bristol. I think it was around 2003.
When you spun on purpose?
No. We had, that was a phone call. But we had a pretty good car, and there was a long caution with probably 10 laps to go. And I was on the radio raising hell about how long the caution was, and we needed to get going green so I could have an opportunity to advance my position. And I was just complaining, and Tony Sr. was my crew chief at the time. He was complaining. And so they called us to the trailer after the race. And we walked in there, and we're walking into the trailer thinking, we got this. You know, this is pretty stupid to have all them caution laps. We got a good argument. And there wasn't nothing on the track, obviously, from my vantage point. And so we get in there, and as soon as we sit down, me and Tony start to argue our case. And the first lesson I learned is when you go in the holler, you don't talk unless somebody asks you a question. I knew Mike Helton, but I didn't know exactly what kind of person he was. I've never known anybody to be able to shut up Tony Earnhardt Sr. And so when Mike was able to, put a cap on him, I knew that Mike was a pretty powerful dude. So when I'm looking at Tony Sr., I'm like, damn, he's paying attention. I better pay attention. This is pretty serious. I didn't think we were in that big of a trouble, but as the redder Mike got and the more he was screaming and cussing at us, the more I started to realize how bad, how messed up we were and how I should stay off the radio. And so, that was I've been up in there before and after that, but that was the first time I really realized how serious that situation is. And they grab you by the collar and straighten you right out. It didn't take long for us we were straight and narrow for the rest of the season.
Lord Almighty, I reckon if anybody knows that lesson, it's Kyle. Your story's got to be fantastic, buddy.
That's why I left my mic sitting down. Yeah, hoping they wouldn't recognize.
Why don't you tell us your favorite one?
My favorite one?
Or maybe not so favorite.
No, I can't. The problem is I'm still going to be in the sport for too long, and they're going to bring it back on me somehow, some way. So
what was it like the first time you went in there and got ripped on?
I don't remember my first one. There's been so many. It's really hard. While you were talking, I was actually trying to figure out the first time I was in there, and I really can't figure it out. I was trying to go back. It's like 04, 05, like somewhere in there. Nationwide. Was it Nationwide? Was it Cup? I don't remember. That was the last time I was in there. Let's see. I think the worst one was actually in 2006. I was racing the Nationwide Series race at Dover, and there was a guy in front of me, wouldn't get out of my way. I ran into him a couple times, still was blocking me, wouldn't get out of my way. So finally I came over the radio, and I said, all right, that's enough. 3 strikes and you're out.
No, it's 3, 2.
Right. Yes.
Boom!
Yeah. I said, all right, 3 strikes, you're out. So now we're going down the backstretch, and I'm 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I run in the back of the guy. He spins out. He crashes. So they pulled me in the hauler, and they were like, did you really do a countdown? And
wait a minute. You announced it on the radio?
this was all over the radio. Yeah. So they brought me in the hauler, and they said, did you really do a countdown over the radio? Like, don't you know, like, your car, you're using it as a weapon and this and that and everything else. And I'm like, all I meant to do was touch the guy. It's his fault he wrecked. So I probably, like Junior said, when you speak in the hauler, you're speaking too much already. So I probably spoke too much.
Now, Matt doesn't have a whole lot to say. Well, so you guys think. This is one of the funniest people I know. I want to know your story. You probably said not a word when you went in there.
Well, I've been there a few times. None of them are really good. So this one, I wasn't even really in the hauler, but this is the first time I met Mike Helton. I hope he doesn't get mad at me for telling this story.
I do.
But it's too late if he does. So it was 98, and I was running a Nationwide car for Robbie Reiser, and we didn't have a sponsor in the car and all that at the time. And we won the race at Rockingham. It's when me and Smoke raced off the last corner there and got him a little sideways and passed him and won the race. And I was so excited. I don't know. I went down and did some donuts in the grass and got done and went down. I was like, man, we won our first Nationwide race. Hopefully we'll get a sponsor, keep racing and all this. So I didn't think anything of it. So next week I get to Vegas and I'm out there practicing and I pull in the garage and I stop and I kind of feel this. Anybody that knows Mike, you feel like this presence before you even see him. And I kind of felt like something shadowing over the car. And I'm sitting in the driver's seat, and got my helmet on and I see his head coming in the window and he puts his hand out to shake my hand. He says, "Hey, good job last week." And I was like thinking to myself, this is like the coolest moment ever. Mike Helton walked to the Nationwide garage to tell me that I did a good job and won the race, right? And all of a sudden, he started squeezing my hand like I thought he was going to break every bone in it. And he said, "But don't you ever tear up my grass again." And he turned around and walked away. And that was the first time I met him. And honestly, it was probably a good 2-3 years before I met him after that. So. And you know what? I never tore up his grass again. Well, I did once I got the cup, but, after that I didn't. They had a race on Sunday. I never thought about it, but that was the first time I met him. And I remember sitting there thinking how cool it was to meet him. Then when he got done, I was like, man, that wasn't as cool as I thought. This is bad. I'm in big trouble.
How about you, Greg?
Well, I learned early on like Junior did. I got called to the truck
What was your transgression?
Well, I got called to the truck in the Truck Series, and then I got called to the truck in the Nationwide Series a few times. I remember one was St. Louis and one was Richmond. I had a little confrontation on the front stretch with Jay Sauter. But anyway, so John Darby was the head of the Nationwide Series, and so I learned very quickly the first time around that you listen more than talk. I talked the first time and then listened the second time. But then when I got to the Cup Series, John Darby moved as well to the Cup Series. So I figured out that I don't really want to go in there because I know what it's going to be like. So I've had a few trips, though, and, they're all about the same. It's like going to the principal's office, right? Everybody in here has been to the principal's office, and it's never good, right?
I'm guessing with Joey, we got, Pocono, Fontana. I mean, this kid's like 1 year out of high school, and he's already gone to the truck 9 times.
Tom might have been there more than Joey had.
So here's my story. So first time Pocono, right? We get in a kind of fight thing on pit road, and so I get called to NASCAR hauler. I'm like, all right. So JD Gibbs and I, we walk in there, and Mike goes, "What are you doing in here?" I'm like, "You told me to come here." He's like, No, we want to talk to your dad. And I'm like, oh. So I come like, "Hey, Pops, they don't want me. They want you."
Wrong Logano.
And he's like, "I'm already outside the tunnel." I'm like, "Turn around." They don't want me. So I got out pretty easy on that one.
Now, while you've only been around a couple years, Jeff's been around since, Lee Roy Yarborough was racing or something. I bet your stories are fantastic.
I've forgotten more times I've been in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may have been in there last year at the end of the season.
Now, we don't remember. Why don't you? I forget why. What happened?
Can't remember exactly what caused it. You know what my problem is when I go to I'm too honest. I agree. You need to say less, but I also need to say, like plead my case in a way where I'm not being too honest. I walk in there, or I'm sitting down. They said, "Did you mean to wreck him?" I said, "Yes, I did." And I realized that that's probably not the best way to go about it. You probably need to. No, I did not. I don't know how the steering wheel turned left and how those cars wrecked. It was not me. There was like a failure in the car, is what I should have said.
Yeah, you need to work on that strategy, man, because that's not working very well. All right, before we get back to these guys, we're going to go over to Monica over here on the stage, who is with a fan who has a question for these guys. Monica?
I am. Thank you, Marty. This is the Ford Fan Drive, the question segment. So fans submitted questions as they entered the Pearl this evening. And I have my first fan. Her name is Lori from Houston, Texas. The question is for Kyle, and she wants to know,
if you could pick any other profession, what would it be and why?
That's a good one. People ask me that a little bit. I've always said that if I wasn't in racing, I really don't know what I would do because I've always been in racing. I've always been a car guy. My dad's always been a car guy, his dad. So I don't know. When I was a young kid, I was playing sports. I was playing baseball, so maybe a baseball player. I enjoyed doing that. I was pitcher, first base, third base, shortstop, catcher. I was everywhere. They moved me all over the place. I thought they were moving me all over the place because I wasn't too bad at playing every position. So it was good, though. And I don't know. If I had to do it over again, maybe I'd play baseball, play first base.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Let's get our next fan up here. We have Tracy. She came all the way from Michigan. And her question is for Dale Jr., and she wants to know,
what kind of car did you drive at 16 when you were legal?
Oh, that's a great question.
For how long?
When did you wreck it?
When I was 16, I had a 1988 S10 single cab short bed 4x4 with the Tahoe package. Yeah.
Wow, he knew his specs.
Of course, I had the Tahoe package. Had a 4.3 V6. The reason why I know all that is because everybody knows their first car.
I don't, man. I had a Chevy S10. I don't know what it was in it.
I knew my first car from the ground up, but I only had it for 2 years, and I love that truck. It had a seek button on the radio. That was really cool back then. It was a long time ago. A seek button. Yeah, seek button. So that was really cool.
That's the country.
That was state of the art, and I kind of got screwed when I graduated high school as a present. I was given a full-size extended cab, two-tone brown pickup truck with no carpet, and that was basically it was a work truck. So I used to drive by the car lot and look at that S10 for like a couple years till it disappeared. And then last year I went looking for my S10 again because I wanted to find it and restore it. And I was a year late because I found the guy who had it last, and he sold it to a junkyard who crushed it. So yeah, he wasn't. It was
it's
not,
probably a good thing. He would say, "Yeah, about 200,000, you can have it."
Right? Yeah. Yeah, but I found a truck in Tennessee about a month ago that's really close, and I'm taking it to, Ray Evernham does a lot of work, and I'm taking it over to his shop, and we're gonna restore it like my truck was. So I'm excited about that.
all right, that sounds better than my 84 turbo diesel. So we'll be back with some more Ford questions in a little bit. Back to you, Marty.
Obviously, that was a fantastic question. You just want to come take my spot. That was really good. Man, I tell you, I'm impressed with your knowledge of your cars there, Hoss. All right, so I am. Obviously, when you come into this thing, you guys are trying to build a brand. Well, sometimes you're walking through the garage and they run up to Joey Logano and say, "Hey, Jeff, can you sign this?" What is it like to be, have you ever been misidentified? Me? Yeah. I mean in the garage area, like when you have on Pennzoil and somebody runs up and says, "Hey, Jeff, sign this." Does that ever happen?
I always thought I'm short.
All of y'all are short.
My uniform's really bright.
I'm not short.
There's
No, you're right. You're not short.
Yeah, he's not short.
Kyle's not short either. Never mind. You ever been misidentified? Have you ever been misidentified?
I get Vickers at least once a year. Yeah. I get Vickers at least once a year, and then I get called by my teammates every once in a while, like once a month. There's always another teammate around, and it's probably one of their a fan of, like I say, we're
I've
standing.
gotten that, Junior,
yeah,
Jimmy.
We're standing together, and it's
People call
Jeff.
you Junior?
Well, we're
No,
standing
they're
together,
grown.
and it's Jeff's fan, and they'll be like, "Hey, Jimmy, Jeff, will you?" And I'm like, "I'm not Jimmy," or Casey.
They just get excited.
Yeah.
It's not like they misidentified.
Yep.
They used to call me Tony when I first.
Y'all look
drove
a
this
lot
morning.
alike.
Yeah, and I was like, what? I'm like, not even close.
Very similar builds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Exactly where I was going with that.
I'm the only guy in the whole sport that wears a tie every day, and they run up to me asking me to sign Junior's little die-cast car. And I'm like, I'm not him. I get Vickers and I get Clint, which is really odd to me. Does that ever happen to you? People say, hey, Kurt, sign this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get Kurt all
Do
the
you
time.
do it? What do you sign your name? What do you do?
Well, if it's Kurt something, then no, I don't sign
You
it.
could
I
sign
go-
Bush and it'd
I
be
go-
accurate.
Yeah, we do sign pretty similar, so I could do that. I just say, no, you got the wrong one.
So I imagine, too, very often you guys run into fans with some interesting requests. And I was looking at Twitter last night before I went to bed, and I noticed that you signed some dude's arm. And he woke up this morning. Oh, my
He's out
God,
there.
he's here? Wait a minute. Come here. Where are you? Come here a minute. Where is he? I heard. Where? Put a spotlight on that guy. Show me your arm.
Tattooed in his arm last night.
Security, make sure you're staying. No, I'm just kidding. That guy right there got Jeff to sign his arm, and then he woke up this morning and went and got it tattooed on there. That's conviction, by God. All right, well, since he's here, it might be a little awkward, but I don't care. What's that like when somebody tattoos
That's
their name
awesome.
on?
I mean, I'm not encouraging everybody to go out and get a tattoo. Just saying that's commitment right there. And I appreciate it.
What's it like when y'all experience that? I mean, I don't know if people are tattooing your name on there.
I've never tattooed Jeff's name on my body. I haven't done it.
Not anywhere he's going to show it anyway.
I was just glad it was that dude's arm.
What is the oddest thing that you've signed, Joey?
I have a similar story in California. Someone asked me to sign their arm, but like the person was. You see, some people don't shower enough, and I know. So I was like, ugh, So I just kind of I just scribbled something. Well, a year later, she's like, "Hey, look, I got your signature tattooed," and I'm like, "Oh no, it's not even close." So I'm like, I'm like, "Cool, see you later." I'm like, "What am I supposed to say?" So I feel
Hey,
to
Joey,
this day,
when you
I
do
feel
skin-
really bad about
When
it.
you do skin signatures, you better do it seriously.
What's that? Oh, from now on I will. I learned my
Yeah.
lesson, but I feel really bad about it. I still do. But I couldn't admit it to it that right to her face. Yeah, please don't stand up if this is you.
Yeah! Yes, stand up if that's you and go take a shower. That is hilarious, dude. Good story. All right. Real quick, we're going to go over to Claire B. Lang. Y'all give it up for Claire. I know all of you guys listen to Sirius XM Satellite Radio. Claire's over here, and we're broadcasting live on Sirius, and Claire has a fan question from the broadcast. Claire, hi.
Oh, hi, and enjoying this up here, by the way. For the past few weeks, we've been collecting calls and emails and tweets and Facebook posts from our millions of Sirius XM subscribers around the country, and we've had literally thousands of questions. And so here's one that really stands out. Keeping in mind that Jeff Gordon sits third on NASCAR's all-time win list with 88 wins and 4 championships, and Jimmy Johnson sits eighth with 66 wins, but he has 6 championships, Mitch Franklin from Carmel, California, asks Jeff Gordon, which record is most important to a driver, the most wins or the most championships? For example, Mark Martin has 40 wins, but no championships, while Brad Keselowski is already a former champ with only 10 wins to date. The question is for Jeff Gordon. And Jeff, by the way, a great victory lap ride. Really enjoyed it, and your burnout was awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Claire. Yeah, I got to hear Claire scream at the top of her lungs. I could hear her over the top of the engine as we're doing the burnout. That was a lot of fun. Boy, I don't know. I think championships. I mean, 6 championships, that's a lot of championships. And the thing is, I think Jimmy's going to surpass, me in wins as well. So I don't think that he's going to have to worry about that category either. But, definitely, looking at the all-time greats in our sport, Richard and Dale Earnhardt Sr., they're at 7 championships. I think if you're going to be the all-time great, I think you got to get to 7 or more.
Thanks a lot. Good answer.
Claire, thank you so much.
Got it.
We really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, before we let these guys go, they're going to be done in just a minute. But I know. I've had this conversation with Dale before, and I want to talk to all these guys about this quickly. Junior has this new eBay thing. I want you to discuss the eBay addiction. I mean, it's an addiction. He is addicted to eBay. And now I know they're all going to come find you on eBay, which makes this hilarious. Talk to me about this eBay addiction.
I mean, what's to say?
What are you shopping for?
What am I shopping for?
He's so mad at me right now. That is awesome.
Yeah.
He's mad, isn't he, Jeff?
Yeah. I started.
Hey, you and my dad need to sit in the same room.
Is that right? Oh.
You'll enjoy that.
That's a whole nother
you guys,
story, yeah. I think...
you guys can eBay shop together.
I started collecting circle track and stock car racing magazines, and I got addicted. And I'm like, I got to have every one, like from the very beginning. So stock car racing magazines started in May of '66, and they were bi-monthly till '68, and then they went every month after that. And so I just, started looking on eBay. I was addicted to Amazon, so my eBay, cured me of that. And so that's one positive that came out of the eBay addiction, was that I'm no longer addicted to Amazon.
Junior went to rehab.
Yeah. So I'm nearing the end of collecting the circle track and the stock car racing magazines, and then I went into the hardback yearbooks that NASCAR gives out to all the license holders. They started those in '72, and so I'm collecting those, and I bought a die-cast collection of all the cars. They made this little 3-piece collection of die-cast from the movie Six Pack. I thought that was cool, so I bought that. And a Brewster Baker T-shirt.
Is it like an original, like
I'm
19?
a big Brewster Baker fan, so I now have a T-shirt. And there's all kinds of great stuff on eBay. I'm finding out. Yeah. And in turn, like to collect all these magazines, and sometimes you're forced to buy ones you already have to get the one you're missing. So I'm turning around and I'm selling them back. But I'm selling them
Are
for
you making a profit?
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to make a profit. I'm actually offering free shipping. So, yeah. So it's been a good experience. I've learned about learning commerce and how to the value of a dollar, and been to the UPS store a couple times. Never did that, so that's pretty cool. Learning how to ship things.
Is your name like Dale Jr. on there? Or
No,
like
no.
And you can't say what it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay under the radar. But
Has anybody figured you out?
Blown that? Well, it's over now. So. I'm sure.
How many more did you have to collect?
Hopefully, it raises, my profile, and I get the, you got to get the good feedback and get the feedback up. Everybody will know I'm a trusted seller and a trusted buyer. I won't have any. I'll get some gold stars, red stars, and all that good stuff.
All right,
all my stuff's gonna go right off the shelves. All the things I'm selling,
Yeah,
no problem. It was tough for a while.
Those duplicate copies are going to go like hotcakes, son. I was going to ask the rest of these guys about their guilty pleasures, but hell, we got to end that right there. That's funny. All right. Good job, boys. You're done. Come on.
Are you guys having a good time in Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas is always fun. It just takes your money way too fast.
What are you playing?
I hear ya. Blackjack.
Okay. What do you play?
I try to play blackjack, but I can't seem to get to 21 every time I play, so they take all my money and
And you lose.
I haven't been playing much anymore.
There you go. Well, you were just named Rookie of the Year. What kind of advice can you give to Austin Dillon?
Oh yeah, you're coming up with us next season. That's it's difficult. These guys are really good. So that's, don't make any of them mad. And
I can guess this next one.
Don't crash my girlfriend.
I did not expect that from you.
I made that mistake this year once, so that wasn't good.
I'm just excited I get to ride with her to the rodeo after this.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a ride.
Okay,
to the rodeo. We're
there
going
you
to
go.
ride.
All right, well, you won the Camping World Truck Series. You've also won the Nationwide Series. Going up to the Sprint Cup Series, is it added pressure to win that Sprint Cup title because you would be the first to win all three?
Well, we want to set our goals high, but you got to have realistic expectations. So I'm looking forward to next year and just having a good rookie year. That's our main goal, is to win that Rookie of the Year title.
Absolutely, and you all know that who his grandfather is, right? Richard Childress. Now, how cool is it to work with him, and is it hard to kind of juggle business and family?
It's not too hard. He does a great job of taking care of our family and making sure we're having a good time on the racetrack. But every now and then he can definitely steer you in the right direction if you need to change your attitude here and there.
He's a good coach. All right, I think we all want to know, Ricky, speaking of Danica, who is going to be the first to win a Sprint Cup race? Is it going to be you or Danica?
I'm pulling for Danica. Right. I mean, that's me.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I think I'm going to win. She's really competitive. She thinks she's going to win first. So it would be nice if both of us win next year. That would be really good. So I don't care which order it comes in. As long as we both win next year, it would be great.
As long as you don't bump her out of the way. Or Austin bump her out of the way.
That's right. Probably better Austin than me.
There you go.
She wasn't very happy.
That couch is cold, right?
Exactly. Well, everybody give Austin a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you have a busy schedule. There you go. All right, well, thanks to Coca-Cola, they've been a great partner. I don't know if you guys know that 100% of the ticket sales tonight go to the NASCAR Foundation. So that's pretty cool. Coca-Cola also does the track walk, and they have NASCAR Day, so they've produced over $500,000 to go to the NASCAR Foundation.
Hello?
Raise your mic. There you
Hello?
go.
Yeah, we're there. So fans, just by y'all being here tonight and over the past 5 years of being at NASCAR After the Lap, y'all have raised $52,533 for the NASCAR Foundation.
You got the
Congratulations.
number right.
Do what?
You got the number right. I was impressed.
I nailed that number. Is it up there?
Yeah, is it up there?
Yeah, there it is.
There you go. So yeah, the 5th annual. So after 5 years, you guys have raised that amount of money, $52,533. So that's a lot of money. Give yourselves a round of applause. All righty, and I think we're waiting on.
We're done.
We got Marty Smith coming up with the next group of drivers. You guys ready?
Y'all enjoy.
All righty.
I love this.
Thank you, Ricky.
How's your ADD doing, buddy?
You got to rein him in. You doing all right over?
It's painful.
So we're standing back
I've
here
never
with
heard
not
Dale
much going
Jr.'s
on.
talk that much about
Wasn't
life.
it fantastic?
What the hell happened? What did people do to him?
There's a pickup truck parked right back here. I don't know if you've seen
Now,
it
Boyer,
yet.
it's your job
This
to
guy's
make
over
sure
there
the
on the
same
horn
thing
trying to
happens.
honk the horn during Dale Jr.'s lecture out here.
Hey, the best part about it was they knew that idiot was
Just
going to be here.
shut. I know
and
where
they
you're
disconnected
going.
the horn.
They knew Clint was here.
I want to know.
You might just want to let Clint
I
have
know,
the
I'm
floor.
done.
He's wound
I'm
up.
just going to sit back and watch.
Yeah, just throw the script Casey away. Kane said that Dale Jr. talked a lot in last session, so he wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I was
in
getting.
this session.
That was where I was going. Now it's Boyer.
I don't think I could keep up with that. That was good.
Good analysis, Kane. That's good work out of you, brother. So since we're hanging out with Boyer, I figure we should all give him a round of applause because he got engaged last weekend.
That's a big step.
That's a real big step.
Big step.
I want to hear the play-by-play on the proposal.
No, you don't.
I heard it was real romantic.
Pick a spot the furthest from romantic ever, and that's right where I lie, right there.
We're ready. I'm,
You know
I'm
what I mean?
hanging out
So-
on this real comfortable chair.
Yeah, it was bad, but yeah, I did it, and then immediately everybody's first response. When's the date? What the hell? That was a big step. I'm not ready for the next step. But thinking, 2017, somewhere around in there would be. No.
Yeah, good luck on that one.
That's the one thing good about all my peers is they've taught me well about all this that I'm fixing to get into. Yeah.
I was going to say, Johnson, why don't you give him some marital advice real quick? You with the hair, we were talking earlier. Mama ain't happy, nobody's happy.
No, he's been paying attention. He's been taking a few notes. Just, yes, honey. That's a good place to start.
Another one bites the dust.
So I want to start with you guys where I started with these other guys because I think the hauler stories are funny. I think it's really funny. And with these two sitting right here, they'll be really good. I want to know your first story. The first time you ever went to the truck.
Oh, the NASCAR truck.
Yes, sir.
That some was painted red back in the day.
What was your first trip there like?
I don't know what my first trip was, but there was a few with Jimmy Spencer up in there.
So when you're in the transporter with Jimmy Spencer and Mike Helton, what's that? Take me through that. What's that like?
I love it how Helton and nowadays it's Darby, Pemberton. They just kind of sit back and they usually let the drivers kind of hash it out for the first little bit, right? Help me out.
Yes.
He's been in there.
Unless it's your brother.
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
We don't talk.
You don't talk?
No.
Even here?
No, it's fine, honestly.
All right, so my first real trip was Indianapolis. I got wrecked by Spencer, and that's when I was trying to pat on my ass.
What did that mean?
That meant go to the back of the pack.
Okay. We all thought it meant kiss my ass.
Apparently it meant kiss my ass. And that's what the sponsor, it was on the front cover of the USA Today on Monday, and he calls me. He goes, what does that mean? And I was like, oh, boy, this is going to be a long week. But I got called into the NASCAR hauler. That was my first real big trip. And it was only me in there. Jimmy Spencer wasn't even in there. And they said, we're worried about your safety. Apparently, I was down too low in the groove when I was telling them to go to the rear.
I thought they meant you were going to get your ass whipped.
See, that's good. And I went, you got to be kidding me. The guy wrecked me at 200 miles an hour.
That just happened.
Right? What are you talking about? There is no cameras or anything.
He's
that's
back,
gonna...
ladies and gentlemen. We have found Kurt Busch. Yes! I don't know where you've been all year, but you have finally back to Kurt Busch.
It's like, thank you, boy. I got Boyer certification. I'm feeling real good now. No, that was just kind of my first moment at the hauler. So my discussion with NASCAR didn't go so hot after that.
You're up, Harv. I'm thinking Coy Gibbs.
You want me to tell you the truth, or
yes.
you want me to?
Yes, I want the truth.
So what are you talking about? There's no YouTube moments that are going to come.
Mine was, yeah. I'm sure nobody has a camera in here.
Yeah, there is none.
Right down here, this guy's.
I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all.
So since I drank too many Budweisers, and I'll tell you the truth, it was 1998.
Man, you got started early.
Yeah. So we, it wasn't even, there wasn't even a NASCAR hauler. I think his name was, I don't remember, Dennis, the truck director back in late 90s. It wasn't.
McGlynn? No, I think he ran Dover.
I don't remember his name. So we went out, and I was 1998 driving a Spears truck, and we were in Orlando, Florida for a test. And we went out the night before, and somehow we wound up in a little scuffle at the bar with Jack Sprague. So somehow this got back to the NASCAR people, and the next thing I know, I'm in a minivan. It wasn't the hauler. I'm in a minivan. I'm in a minivan with the truck series director at that particular time, and it said, your actions last night were not sufficient for this sport, and I suggest that if you want to be a part of this sport, you might want to clean up your actions in post-race activity. And they said,
that only took
by the way,
years.
and I'm sure we've all got this speech, by the way, this sport was here before you, and it'll be here long after you.
I got that same one.
Yeah, so that was my first experience in a minivan, only because it was a test and the trailer wasn't there.
What's yours, Newman? Have you ever been there?
Yeah. Yeah. Some I can't talk about. I just can't.
Is it like you and Helton have this code? We're never going to discuss this again?
Going back to your first trip, my first trip I think was my very first race in NASCAR, my nationwide race at Rockingham. And I went 3 wide into turn 1, which there was plenty of room to go 3 wide, but the other 2 guys didn't know I was going 3 wide. And it ended bad for them. I finished the race, but they call. It was really unintentional. I was just trying too hard.
Well, Gordon was talking a minute ago about last fall, his little trip to the truck. What's your account of that? You were running like Usain Bolt, son.
The way I figured, he couldn't pop Gordon, so he popped a question.
And that's...
Zing!
That's really not the funniest part about the story, but I guess that's a different story.
I was still doubled over in between the haulers trying to get my breath while he was in there getting his butt chewed. But, yeah, that sucked. That's a bad... There's just nothing good out of that, you know? I mean, it was really
good
bad.
for a
It
lot of
sucked.
people.
It was good entertainment.
It was good for
because
everybody.
if I wasn't that guy, I'd have been definitely laughing at that guy. So I'm glad I was up for all your all's entertainment that day. Yeah. At my expense. That was a lot of fun. But everybody's got to pay their dues, and that was certainly my due.
Everybody's picking on Johnson these days about, he's not an athlete. Well, they just need to watch Clint run the 40. That'll work out just fine.
That's all I had. It was it.
Did you bust a hammy open
Yeah.
on that deal?
Good thing they stopped me.
Okay, let's go over to Monica. She is with a fan and has a question right now as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Marty. I have some lucky fans coming up. We didn't want to block your view. Come on up, Lex and Stephanie. Oh, just kidding. We've got Marie coming up. She came all the way from California. Her question is for Clint Boyer.
Question, are you going to make another guest appearance on Duck Dynasty?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This was probably the worst thing that I've ever had happen to me. I've been racing since I was 4 years old. I mean, I've been chasing, this career since I was 4 years old. And the only thing for the last year that anybody's ever said to me is, "You're that guy that was guest appeared on Duck Dynasty." I was like, what? That's all I'm known for. Thanks, Willie.
Just
Yes. Duck Dynasty.
Win a few more races, and then they'll remember that.
Hey, now.
He's back.
Yeah.
I got no room to talk.
I know. Yeah, 90s were really good for you.
You need to weigh in on this. What is your interpretation of what's going on right now?
I don't know, man. You can't tell with Clint. You guys, it's unbelievable. I don't even, if you know this, Clint. I was trying to have a conversation with you earlier. We're talking. I look up, he's just staring at the TV. It's unbelievable.
Good thing you drive faster than you talk. I was like...
And on that note, I have another question.
Oh, you're over there. Okay.
There's a whole new audience up there. We didn't even see you guys. Sorry.
Can we keep going or what? All right, I have Alex and Stephanie. They came from New Mexico. The question is for Jimmy Johnson.
Way to go, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Our question is, do you ever let Chad Canals drive the 48?
No. But I do have a good story about him trying to drive a car. He was at a test in Milwaukee back when he was crew chiefing for Stacy Compton and working for Melling. And he got upset that the car wasn't running any faster on the racetrack and thought that he'd just hop in there and show him how it's done. So he backed it in the wall in turn 4 and had to make the phone call to his car owners that the car was crashed. I'm like, okay, well, Stacy okay? Is he fine? Yeah, that's where things are a little off. Stacy wasn't driving the car. Chad was driving the car. So how he stayed employed following that, I have no idea. But he does drive from that pit box more than any crew chief out there. So he does give a lot of orders. That's when I just push the button so I can't hear him.
All right, congratulations. Back to you, Marty.
Go.
Well,
Harv
the crew
tells
chiefs,
me he
they
has a
all
good story.
think they can drive,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, they're all
Everybody's
frustrated
crew
drivers.
chiefs think they can drive it faster than you? Jimmy's old. Jimmy's old, right? Jimmy Finney.
Well, I was thinking of Robbie Reiser. He tells me everything I'm doing wrong every week.
Yeah. So we were at a test one time at Greenville Pickens, and Todd Barrier was my crew chief, your crew chief for the year.
Yep, Todd.
And he said, if you'll just run a whatever lap time it was, he's like, I'll ride in this thing with you and we'll go home. So we ran the first day and didn't run that fast. Second day we ran like the first lap of the session, and I stopped at the start finish line, and it was the lap time that he said. I made his ass hop in the right side. He's like, "You gonna take your helmet off?" I said, "Hell no! You're the idiot that made the deal. Get in." So he had a hold of the roll bar, and that's all he had. He was riding along.
I would love to know what you saw there. Was he telling you were number one? Was he terrified? What?
Terrified. It would be the word. Yeah, I mean, if you know Todd, he's not one that's going to talk much smack anyway. But yeah, so he held on by the roll bar.
You guys ever rode as a passenger in any of these?
No chance.
It's petrifying.
No
I rode
chance.
with Boris Said. This is the scariest damn thing I've done in my life. I mean, that's crazy.
Did you jump in the right seat?
Not fun
Yeah,
sitting in the right seat.
Well, he said, okay, we're going to teach you how to road course race. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. They had two-seater. Jump in this thing. I was like, holy, I mean, you can't. His feet are banging off the pedals. He's sliding all over the place. He hops me in the driver's seat. We go down the corner. I'd never been to a road course. An oval, you drive down the corner 180 miles an hour. You brake a little bit, slide. We were at VIR. Go down the first corner. He's like, you want to brake about the 6? Or I'm like, hell with that. We're going on down there, and he starts going, stop, stop, stop. What are you talking about? Slid right off the end of the racetrack. We sat in the grass for a little while, come back the next lap. So what's all that smoke? We started a grass fire, burned about half an acre over there.
Mine was with Dale McDowell. I was the passenger. That's the only time I've ever ridden in a right side seat was with Dale McDowell.
In a dirt car.
Dirt car, yeah. That's probably the fastest I ever went in a dirt car.
We've been sitting here 20 minutes, and Kane hadn't done nothing but smile the whole damn time.
He's all fired up.
What's going through your mind right now, Kane?
I need a 16-year-old girl to ask a question. I'll get him fired up.
Yes, sir. Ryan Newman, everybody. All right, Kane, just...
I love riding in a pace truck with him on a parade lap, and the octaves go through the roof.
All right, stop laughing and tell me a story or something.
What story?
I don't care. You tell me, buddy. Like, what's going through your head?
What's your favorite track?
Right now.
What's
your
that?
favorite track?
My favorite track?
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Indy.
One he wins
Let's
all
stop
the
picking
time.
on him. We know he's not going to be so good at this. It's all right.
Yeah. It's Darlington, right? Oh, yeah, Darlington. Darlington. You got to ask me a
sitting
question.
here hanging out, and now we're all drawing attention to him, picking on him.
Funniest thing, I guess this is a good story.
Hey, Johnson,
My
it
friend
works.
Casey.
Hey, if
that
you're
you
gonna
don't know.
if
As
he's
a guy
going to
that's,
tell a story,
just
running, stop. Just stop. Stop.
No,
stop. I'm telling you.
No,
the
this
funny.
is-
You need to tell the story about the hobo riding down the river. Whatever story you're going to tell, just tell it. Stop.
It's way
Tell
more
it.
embarrassing. No hobo stories. Case Kane story. So, who was it 2 years
the
ago that
hobo
did this?
story.
That
Nobody
hosted it?
cares.
John Roberts did, right? Wasn't it? Who was the guy that picked on you a couple years ago? Just wouldn't leave you alone.
Mike Joy, maybe. Was it Joy?
No, it wasn't. Mike Joy didn't pick on anybody. It was.
It wasn't me.
Who was it? You know who it was. Anyway, so we're leaving there, and I mean, it got painful for my friend Casey, and he just kept going back at him, and we're walking off stage. He goes, I was about to beat his ass. I was like, what? Who is this guy? Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
That guy does have a mean bone.
Listen.
Casey
The second-
goes from stone silence
Yes,
to
sir.
maniac.
The second the beer hits the brain, he turns into Mike Tyson.
Yes.
It's amazing. He's like, I'll whip your ass. All right.
You literally got to put a babysitter on him at a certain point in the night.
Oh, yeah.
You need eyes on him
We
at
all
times.
take turns.
Yeah. Who's taking dibs tonight?
It rotates, man.
All right. We're going to go back over here to Claire, who has a question from the Sirius XM crowd. Claire?
Well, we're getting a lot of social media hits on Carl Edwards' trick during the victory lap of sticking his arm out the window with the steering wheel, right? And so this question is for Carl Edwards, and It's from Tremaine Sloan from the Bronx, New York. And I'm going to need the audience to egg him on after I read this question from Tremaine. Do you still own your own rap label, Back 40 Records? And would you please rap a couple bars of your favorite rap song for us now? Come on, bring it on. Bring it on.
All right. So, no, I don't have a record label anymore, but I did. It was pretty fun. And yeah, so I did a burnout today with the steering wheel hanging out the window, which was pretty cool. I can't do burnouts, you guys. That's why I do the backflip, and so that was a big step for me today. All right, so I'll rap one line. It's a good one. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. That's all I got. That's it.
That was really solid.
Hey, I own the record label. That's I
thought you were too legit to quit.
That's a good one too. I like that.
All right, it's coming off the rails.
That's all.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out. You're hilarious. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you guys. Thanks for coming out.
I want to hear the hobo story.
Yeah, I want to hear the hobo story too. I'll have to hear that backstage.
We didn't say anything.
Are we ready to give away a Ford trimmer? Woohoo! And we have Carl Edwards here.
All right, guys, this Ford, even though the horn doesn't work because we're trying to keep Clint off it, like we said, it's 365 horsepower. There's only 2,000 of them made. It's beautiful. It's a black Ford trimmer. It's got a performance package, so it drives really nice, and we're giving it away tonight.
Can you wrap that?
No, I can't wrap that.
Okay, we do have a Twitter question for you. This is from @99FanForever, and they want to know, what's in your garage at home?
The neatest thing I have in my garage at home is a Ford Mustang. It's a GT500 KR. Guys, it's amazing. I'm not in jail over that car. It's got 540 horsepower. It's insane. It's a lot of fun. And so I really enjoy that Ford Mustang.
Well, we're about to give away a 2014 Ford trimmer, and I know, being a Ford driver, how many vehicles have you given away during your time?
We've only given away the one that I can remember here at After the Lap, and it's amazing. Ford does so much for our sport that I think they're a corporation and a company that anyone could model their business after. They make great products. They're a good American company that runs their business the right way. So I think it's amazing that they're doing this today. It's one of the bigger things, for somebody to be able to come here and drive home in a brand new pickup truck. I think we should all give Ford a round of applause for that.
Absolutely, and give Carl Edwards a round of applause. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, guys. Have fun. Good luck.
All right, let's bring out our sweepstakes winners. We have Rondi Reeves and Dale Ashman. Come on out. Come on out, guys. One of you is about to win a Ford trimmer, and they are paired with the Lucky Charm. One is paired with Joey Logano, and the other is paired with Greg Biffle. Now, I need one of you to stand on each side of the sign. Rhonda, you want to stand over here on this side? Yeah, you and Joey. There you go. Team Logano, Team Biffle over here. Okay, and you guys strategize, because what you have to do is, you probably see there are 6 keys up on the board. And you guys are going to have to pick a key. On the back of the key, it's going to say winner, and then you win this beautiful Ford trimmer that's right behind me. Okay, we picked backstage, and it looks like, Dale, you're going first. Are you guys strategizing which key he should choose?
I'm nervous as I'm not even winning it.
I know. Are you nervous at all, Dale?
Not yet.
Okay, excited?
Yes, he's already got one, so it's my turn to get mine.
Okay, go for it. Pick a key. Any key. What do you think? Which one? Whatever you think. Nope. No winner on the back. All right, Rondi, go for it. All yours. Pick a key. Whatever you think. Let's see. Okay, and turn it around. What does it say? Nothing. Okay. What? Dale, your turn. Choose a key. Well, which one, you guys? I'm seeing 3. Let's see. Oh, it's not on that one. Rondi, go for it. We got 3 left. 3 keys left. I'm getting nervous too. Come on, Rondi. Pick a key. What do you guys think? 1? The last one? Let's see. He's picking it. What does it say? Oh, okay. 2 keys left. Dale, what are you saying to him?
I don't know. He said, do you have any idea? I said, there's only 2 left.
Okay, go for it. Ah! Dale Ashman is the winner of the 2014 Ford Tremor. Congratulations. Go ahead off stage, check out your car. They'll take care of you backstage. That was pretty cool. Thank you so much, Coca-Cola and Ford, for the biggest giveaway ever. Congratulations. Go enjoy your truck.